Blog Talk Radio.
I'm your host, Davida Shinsky. You're listening to Live Without Limits, and today's show is about the top 10 tips for wealth and success. For success, attitude is equally as important as ability, said Walter Scott. When it comes to creating wealth and reaching high levels of success, there are only a few rules and principles that you need to consistently follow to get there. One thing that I have found is that I will see questions where people are constantly asking what's the top 10 affiliate programs that they can get into, that what they're doing is they're looking to create wealth and they have no idea or think that all they have to do is push a button and that money will start coming in. Well, you know what? It doesn't matter what industry you're in, what niche you're in, or whatever kind of business you're in, it takes work. You have to build up your reputation. You have to create a need and become known as an authority in your industry and niche. And until that happens, it's all in the marketing and how you build up your reputation. However, if you don't get good guidance from someone who has successfully done it before you, and you end up taking incorrect actions, you'll find yourself struggling to reach the level of wealth and success that you desire. The first thing you need to do is take ownership of your life. So many of us spend our lives waiting for our big break. We think that if we just put our heads down, work hard, and do the right things, eventually someone will hand over the keys to our success. If you want to create real success in your life, you need to believe that you are the one creating your own life. And on the flip side, that you are the one who creates any mediocrity or financial struggle. It may sound harsh, but if you look at the right way, it's actually empowering, because if you're the one responsible for your own failure, then you're also capable of changing your life for the better. This is how a wealthy people see the world, and it's one of the reasons for their success. Most middle class and broke people see things very differently. Instead of consciously creating their lives, they see life as something that happens to them instead of for them. So before you try to do anything else, it's time to take control. When you believe that you can create the life that you desire rather than waiting for good things to happen to you, you'll be putting yourself on the fast track to wealth and success. You want to create real success in your life, you need to believe that you are the one creating your own life. For one thing, mindset determines your success. If your mindset is that of negativity or that of failure, you're creating the illusion and you're creating the situation where you are going to fail. Because you know what? When you use and utilize the laws of attraction and understand the laws of attraction, then you understand just how much you have control over your life. One of the things that I found in many cases for some people is that they are replaying the tapes that someone else told them, and they don't understand that those tapes are the things that are keeping them, that what it's doing is it's causing them to put the brakes on every time they set goals and start to work on those goals. So it's up to you to decide just how successful you want to be and begin to take the road to success by doing the things that you need to do. For instance, you write down your goal. Then you look at your goal and you say, what can I do to reach that goal this year? Then you look at what do you need to do each month to reach that goal? What do you have to do each week to reach that goal? And set up and manage your time efficiently so you get everything done as you want to do it. If you want to change the fruits, first change the roots. This may not make a lot of sense at first, but picture a tree in an orchard. Any kind of fruit will do. The tree you're imagining represents your life. In life, all of our actions will eventually have some kind of result. In other words, your tree will someday bear fruit. But what kind of fruit? Will it be juicy, crispy, or sweet? Or will the fruits of your labor be disappointing and bitter? Most of us would like the juicy, sweet fruit, the successful results. So if you want a tree to produce more and better fruit, what do? You go back to the roots. You can't change the fruit that's already been produced, but you can make tomorrow's fruit sweeter. You nurture those parts hidden under the ground, knowing that eventually your efforts will affect the entire system of the plant. Life is the same way. If you aren't getting the results you want, it's important to make sure that you're focusing on the real problem, not the end result. Focus on the invisible in order to change the visible. Nurture the parts hidden under the ground, knowing that eventually your efforts will affect the entire system of the plant, which is you. You control your life. You have to decide how you want to live your life. You want to be self-sufficient, if you want to be dependent. Now, yes, as we age, our health determines how we handle things. But when you are just starting into business, when you are just building a business, when you're just starting your career, how do you want to reach your goal? In the past, when you went to work for a corporation, what did you do? You started at entry level. And if you were deemed part of the team that was going to grow and manage other people, then what did corporations do? They actually put you into training programs to teach you the skills that you needed to be successful. Well, today, with more and more businesses going online and corporations looking to cut expenses, they're hiring more people to work from home. So you have to learn to become more self-sufficient. And you have to look at it this way, that education never ends. And what courses can you take that you can find online that can help you and teach you the skills that you need to build a successful lifestyle that you want? And that means planning. And also to change your mindset and to begin to believe in yourself and your abilities. Be willing to be uncomfortable. The truth is, most people have trouble stepping outside their comfort zone. When we hit a roadblock or an obstacle, we assume that we're doing something wrong, but nothing could be further from the truth. Instead of retreating back to old, familiar territory, try taking a different approach. If you're feeling uncomfortable, challenged, or discouraged, that means you're growing. Even if it doesn't feel like you're making progress, the fact that you're moving outside your comfort zone means that you're moving forward. Many of us envision success as a straight line, a road from point A to point B. But in reality, the road to success is filled with unexpected twists and turns. Being able to accept and adapt to them to one of the major factors is actually achieving any big goal in life. So the next time that you feel lost or confused or just a little out of your depth, remember, it's actually a good thing to try things that make you uncomfortable. The fact that you're moving outside your comfort zone means that you're moving forward. That's the biggest thing in life is for many people, they just don't know how to move and get ahead and to grow. Here's something to think about. We have limiting beliefs, and those limiting beliefs are the ones that cause us to put the brakes on whenever we seem to start moving out of our comfort zone. And to really achieve the success that you want, you need to learn how to move outside of your comfort zone. And that means challenging yourself to do the things that you are afraid to do. Now, we all have certain fears, and those fears are real because of earlier experiences we've had, but those fears can also be unfounded because what happens when someone else has a fear of a thunderstorm because of a personal experience, and then they don't realize what they're doing when they say certain things to their children that create the fears in them. So if you look at what's the root of your fears, is it fear of failure because someone has told you to fear failure? Is it your fear of success because someone has given you the wrong impression about money and what it does to someone? So it has more to do with you and your goals and where you plan to be. What you focus on expands. Have you ever met the kind of person who can't seem to stop complaining about everything that's wrong with their life? You probably have. Did that person seem happy, or did they seem absolutely miserable? It's an unconscious trap that we fall into sometimes, but it's a habit that you must break if you want to reach your goals in life. Here's why: when you are complaining or you're negative, what are you focusing on? What's right in your life or what's wrong in your life? What's wrong in your life? So, if you want to focus on expanding, then what are you going to get more of in your life? What's wrong in your life? Instead of looking for reasons why everything is wrong, commit to looking at what's right by really focusing on your goals in a new and more dedicated way, you'll find new roads opening up that you never would have noticed before. This is very much where having a positive mindset is so important because when you begin to believe in yourself, when you begin to believe that you have the ability to achieve whatever it is that you can possibly achieve, then you have the ability to succeed. For many years, because I grew up with a disability, I was often told as a child that I can't succeed, that I can't live on my own, that I can't. I looked at it as a challenge to prove them wrong, that I could be independent, that I could live on my own, that I could hold a job, that I could make decisions for myself. The thing is that because society was the way it was, I didn't always have the same opportunities as everyone else. So I had to create my own opportunities. And I believed in myself that I was not buying the negativity around me. Your word must become law. It's time to be honest. And the answer to the question may make you cringe, but how often do you start projects and never finish them? So often we hear from people who start new programs, who set goals for themselves and then never follow through. Finishing what you start is more important than you might think. And it comes down to one word: integrity. And that doesn't just mean in terms of being honest with yourself, although that's important. It also means being whole and complete as a person. When you don't keep your word to yourself, it feels bad. When you don't complete what you set out to do, it could shake your confidence and make you feel like there's no real path to your goals. It's easy to get stuck in the loop of bad habits and turn this into self-reinforcing cycle that you're not careful. On the other hand, when you do whatever it takes to keep your word to yourself, that confidence will spill over into every area of your life. It's a simple matter of self-discipline. It will take some practice and hard work, but in the end, it's the only way to reach the goals that you set for yourself. This is one of the major ways that you own your life, achieve success, and increase your potential. When you do whatever it takes to keep your word to yourself, that confidence will spill over into every area of your life. Now, it's not just keeping the word to yourself, but it's also keeping the word to your customers. That when you follow through what you say you're going to do, then they get to know, like, and trust you. And when they know, like, and trust you, they're more willing to buy from you. And once they bought from you once, they can then become a loyal customer. Be a great money manager. Do you have a system of managing your money? If you aren't making as much as you like yet, it may seem easy to write the idea off. You just tell yourself you'll think about it later when you have extra money to budget. But if you don't take control of managing your income now, what will you do when you achieve the success that you want? If you have a poor habit of managing your money, then there is a good chance you'll still have a bad habit no matter how rich or successful you become. The answer is to first build the habit no matter how much money you earn, because money management is one of the biggest differences between rich people and most middle class and broke people. It could make all the difference in whether or not you achieve success or increase wealth and potential. To become a great money manager, first build the habit of no matter how much money you earn. Managing money is one of the things that most people have a lot of difficulty with. So, learning to manage money is very important. Model rich and successful people. How many of us grow up with millionaires in our lives we could use as role models for success? Not too many, right? The sad fact is that most of us just haven't seen what it takes to achieve success and increase wealth potential. We can't go to mom and dad and ask them for advice on how to become a millionaire because most of our parents aren't millionaires. So, how would they know? Instead, it's imperative to find people who are rich and successful and study them to learn how they got there. You don't have to meet these role models face to face to use this strategy. You just need to do your homework, read the books, watch the interviews they've done, find out what you can about their past through biographies and news stories. Learn what their lives were like when they were at the same point in their journey that you are now. And then do what they did. Model their approach. Find people who are rich and successful and study them and learn how they got there. With the use of the internet today, we have the opportunity to research. Why do people listen to motivational speakers? Because they can motivate you to believe in yourself. The problem is that until you change your habits, till you begin to believe yourself, that what happens is at the moment that they motivate you, it lasts for the day. But then you go to sleep at night and you wake up the next morning and you're back to having the same habits and the same modeling behavior that you had in the past. The only way to change this is to find someone to model after who you truly believe in. And the best way to do this is, as they said, learn everything about them. Learn about the road they took to success. Don't put a limit on your income. If you have a job, you have a limit on your income. You automatically have a ceiling on what you can earn. If you want to get rich, you must get rid of all limits on your income. In most cases, that means starting a business. However, a big mistake people make is when they start a business, they are the business. They are the ones who are solely responsible for the business succeeding or failing. Most small businesses and professionals are set up in a way that gives the owner such a vital role that without them present, the business is unable to function. That kind of setup is a mistake, and that's the reason why so many small businesses remain small or unfortunately fail. To be truly successful, your business needs to be able to run without you having a hand in every little thing. If you can step back and allow the systems that you develop to run the business for you, even better, once you step back and allow your business to run without you, there are no limits to the income you can earn. Think about it. Most jobs are based on an hourly rate, a salary, or a commission. That means you can only earn as much as you're able to work. But when you step back and let your systems do the work for you, Suddenly, the number of hours in the day will no longer hold you back. Once you step back and allow your business to run without you, there is no limit to the income that you can earn. Remember this, every business has a system, and that system works because you have followed through and you have learned to believe in what it is that you're doing. And once you've done that, you have achieved success. But this is where a lot of people failure is that whenever someone starts a business, they want all the glory, so they don't delegate. And that's the worst thing you can do because then if something happens to you, how is your business going to keep earning you the money? It's always best to bring in a team of people. And because often when you start a business, you have not a whole lot of cash. So what do? You set things up where you wear all the hats. First of all, you're burning yourself out by trying to do those things that you don't know how to do, and you're setting yourself up for failure. So how can you bring in a team of people with their behaviors coincide with your behaviors and you both have the same goal and you help each other achieve the success that you want? Stop focusing on the money and focus on solving the problems. A big problem I see with struggling business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals, and people transitioning from a job to owning their own business is that they are fixated only on themselves. Do I know enough? Will it work? Will I make enough money? Will they like me? And it goes on and on. However, this is the wrong approach. Stop focusing on yourself and start focusing on others. Making money isn't complicated. People will pay for something that solves a problem for them. It's that simple. You can't just start a business and hope it becomes successful. It has to have rhyme and reason. People get rich by building businesses that solve problems for others and earn a lot of money for it. So you need to shift your focus to being what Harv calls a problem solver. You need to decide what you can do the best to help people. Money is a result of helping others and providing value to their life. Think about your life right now. What are you paying for that is helping you solve problems in your life? To get rich, you need to help a lot of people solve a problem. Over the course of 30 plus years in business and bringing over $500 million in revenue, Harv Eker has definitely achieved a high level of success and wealth. So he's a great person to model. Yes or yes? So, never stop learning. Finally, don't make the mistake of thinking that once you've achieved a goal, you know everything there is to know. The most successful people in the world are committed to continuing to learn to grow. Set aside time for your life and money, and in your budget, invest in programs that teach you something new each day. We don't realize the importance of achieving a goal. And remember, you can go to my website, and that website is the number one personalcareercoach.com, and sign up for both individual and group coaching.